Ah, Fuji-san. The last time we saw your perfectly symmetrical cone, we were sipping beers in a cozy bar on top of Tokyo. And from that vantage point, hundreds of miles away and just a little tipsy, the idea of climbing to the top seemed like a perfectly reasonable thing to do. It doesn't look that steep.
Never ends.
I bet we can do up and down in one day.
Looks like hail almost.
This is definitely a t-shirt and shorts situation.
This would happen, we jinxed it.
I mean, how hard can it really be?
I don't think I ever want to see a switchback again in my life.
300,000 people summit Fuji every single year, ranging from a toddler to a 105-year-old? We've been talking about this for years. It's finally time to make it happen. The way to Fuji usually starts right here in Tokyo. It's late August, the tail end of climbing season is hot as heck. We've got our usual $100 per day budget for the two of us. I think it'll be fine. Base camp is a small town way out here called Kawaguchiko. Bus or train gets you there, bus is faster and cheaper, so that's what we're doing. We got our bus tickets, great. Let's kick this thing off with some sushi, of course. Okay, time to catch our bus to Fuji Base Camp. Two hours later, we catch our first glimpse of this beautiful lake town and really start to feel the altitude.
We made it.
And right here is where our adventure begins. Right outside the single most photographed convenience store on planet Earth.
What better sights to see? Lawson's and the tip of Mount Fuji. You can actually see it. The clouds parted way as soon as we got here. Incredible.
And just like that, Fuji was gone.
That was awesome. What a welcome to Kawaguchiko. That was so cool. I have this kind of weird feeling that that's going to be the last time that we actually see the top of the mountain while we're here. Apparently August, or just summer in general, is one of the worst times to come for actually seeing the mountain, despite being the actual best time to climb it.
And gone.
Okay, so now we're off to our hostel, which is like a 15 to 20 minute walk north of here. Drop off our stuff, show you how cool our accommodations are. We're staying in a hostel there. I'm really excited. Did I say hostel twice?
Outside of the main station and a few other hot spots, Kawaguchiko is a very sleepy and very beautiful small town. It's got all the normal Japan stuff, complete with a convenience store on every corner because why not, fast and frequent public transportation that goes everywhere, affordable hotels and hostels, and this cool artwork that we're going to use as a scene transition because we really don't know how else to show the passage of time.
I am so happy to be here. It's so pretty. And you saw, we got off the bus and there were so many people, masses of people on big buses and people swarming the Lawsons and 7-Eleven for that shot of Mount Fuji. But we just took like 2 steps away from the main road and it really feels like time hasn't really touched this area in a really cool way. We're almost to our hostel.
We were welcomed with the usual happy greeting and then an immediate request to take off our dirty shoes and hide them in this cabinet, never to be spoken of again. And then handed pre-sanitized, squeaky clean slippers to use on the inside. It's good to be back. We got our key and headed up to our traditional style tatami mat room, and you know what that means.
Room tour. This is our private room, shared bathroom here in the K's house hostel. It's got tatami mat, it's more traditional. I think they have dorm rooms with beds and other accommodations here, but this place was great. I think we paid like $55 US for the 2 of us per night here, which I think is a great deal considering it's high season here. I haven't figured out or found yet where the sleeping linen things are. They even have a little panda drawing to help me figure this out. Okay.
Okay, so it looks like mat, sheets, top sheets, duvet, and then some panda. Did you find the panda?
This great. I think we're gonna sleep really well, especially after we hike that bad boy. Also, we didn't show you the best part. What a cool view.
Okay, we have a few side quests to complete before tomorrow.
Okay, so we think based on the weather, we're gonna climb Mount Fuji tomorrow, but there are a few things that we have to do before we actually can do that. So first we have to figure out which of the 4 trails we're actually going to be hiking. And then second of all, we have to figure out the reservation system, pay for the actual trail, and then 3, get our bus tickets to the trail. And then 4, because we're in Lake Kawaguchiko, one of the most beautiful places in all of Japan, of course we have to go see this place. Oh, and also, we're hungry, so we gotta get some food. We just have to grab a couple of things before we head out the door, which reminds me, thank you to Trip Travel Gear for sponsoring today's video and for these incredible compression cubes, because without them, we would not have been able to pack for this trip at all. And because they're awesome, they donated $1,000 to our study abroad scholarship. We'll talk about everything that we packed to climb Mount Fuji later on tonight, but first, time to go get some food.
We picked up a couple of ever-trusty Japanese bicycles to get around for the day, and side quest 1 begins. Yeah. This is open, I think, right?
I hope so.
I know, a chain restaurant for our first meal? 1, we didn't know it was a chain when we got there, and 2, the waitstaff here turned out to be really cool.
It's like a Japanese Denny's.
Plus, everybody likes ordering from an iPad when they don't speak the language. Come on, you know you do it too. Alright, so I think where we are is Kay's house. We just went up this street here and we're right by this Lawson's. Yeah, right up here. We're gonna go from here down to Kawaguchiko Station, which is where they have the information center, and then also probably book our bus. I think there's some sort of bus involved to get from here all the way up to the trailhead. Okay, so I think after that we're gonna like go around the entire lake. What? What am I? No way! Out here? Hey, buddy! This is so cool. Okay.
That's
all
so
right,
nice.
Get this one. Yours is down here. Wow. I don't know what he's saying, but
That looks so cool. Okay, and then do I have to say anything?
oh, here, I'll take this. Okay.
I think that's it. Oh,
All right.
bye.
Well, thanks for the food. Oh, it's got a little cat face.
Cute.
Bye. See you later, Bellabot.
Bye.
Thanks for the food. That was really cool. As I was saying, yeah, up and around the lake, hit up the supermarket, buy as much stuff as we need to, go back to the hostel, figure out what we need to pack to actually make this thing work for tomorrow, and then climb a mountain in the morning. It just kind of hit me. I got the black curry. Saints. Steven hot. Man, it's good to be back. That was the end. I said an end sentence. It was scene. I said it, and then I said it even so concretely, so concisely. Wow, it's so good to be back. Scene. It's done. It's done. It's done. We already conclude. End. Move on. The viewers are so bored already. We should be on a bicycle or doing something fun, or maybe even climbing a mountain already. I don't know what they want. They definitely don't want to see me eat another bite of this thing. They have to watch me eat 2 bites of my food. Bam, retention, 0%. All the graphs down to the right. So we said goodbye to our waiters / future robot overlords and probably 50% of our viewers because of that second bite of curry footage. Hop back on our bikes to complete side quest number 2. Figure out which route to take to climb Fuji, and then reserve our spot to go do it. We made our way into the information center, who definitely seemed like they get the exact same questions over and over and over, and they cheerily helped us decide which way to go.
So some rain. Oh,
Okay, maybe rain, maybe thunder. Okay.
Oh, today is nice. Okay. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Yay, paperwork. My favorite.
Okay, they were super helpful in there. We're definitely climbing tomorrow. It seems like okay weather, good enough. The best of the next couple days. There's a potential for thunderstorms. I don't know. Maybe we'll get them. Maybe we won't.
She did say, be careful.
She did say be careful. Yeah. There are 4 different trails that you can go up. The Yoshida,
which is the most popular.
The most popular by far. The Gotemba, the Subashiri, and the Fujinomiya.
Yep.
And between those 4, there's like various levels of difficulty and length. I think we're gonna go with the Yoshida Trail because it's the most popular, which I know for some people, especially for hiking people, you're like, no, I want to go with the least popular. I don't want to see anybody on the whole thing. But I think for this experience, I kind of want to get the most typical Fuji experience. So the way that most people do this is they hike up at night and then sleep in a mountain hut, and then they wake up in the morning and go and see the sunrise, and then climb back down before it gets really hot.
We don't have that option.
Yeah, so we can't afford that, and all of the mountain huts are booked out for months in advance.
Yeah,
so
also were remarkably expensive, which is something that I wasn't predicting.
Like $100 a person for
just sharing rooms.
And so I think the way that we have to do it is just like leave really early in the morning, hike all day, come back down the same day, and then just make it a one-day thing.
That's okay, because the earliest bus tomorrow leaves from this station, Kawaguchiko, at 6:40 a.m. So we're gonna take the bus to the 5th station, which is where the Yoshida Trail starts.
Yes. The thing that surprised both of us was just how expensive climbing the Yoshida Trail in particular has become. It was $3,000 a person.
Yep, this is new as of this year. You can't really just show up and expect to do it. You have to pay 2,000 yen, and they also block it off at 4,000 people per day. Then there's also a 1,000 yen optional donation, but we're gonna pay for that. So 3,000 yen. And all of it is to conserve and protect this place and obviously provide services for thousands of people that do this every day.
Yeah, between that and the buses, which are 2,600 yen, between the two of us, that's almost $100. Like, that's almost a full day's budget just to go up and climb Fuji and come back down.
That means our budget is slowly getting smaller. We figured out what trail we're doing, what bus we're taking. We booked that online already, and time to go see Lake Kawaguchiko.
Yep.
Oh, so this is where all the tourists are. We had assumed that everybody in town was here to climb the mountain. It turns out that people also come here for the vibes and the views. Swans seem to be a popular choice of transportation, as did...
It's the pleasure boat. Okay, we're on the hunt for a cute little cafe overlooking the water. It's quite warm, so maybe some iced coffee.
This one?
Yep. Whoop. Perfect cafe stuff.
We did say on a budget, right? Like in the video title?
Cheers.
Pretty sure we did. I gotta say, this is a nice cafe.
That's supposed to be Mount Fuji right there.
Yeah. Think we should be riding a bike this much if we're gonna climb a mountain tomorrow? Man, I'm so happy that this is like our first day thing that we did here. You get the beautiful mountains, you get the cascading things into the lake with the swan boats and everything else, and the cicadas that I'm sure you can barely hear me over. And I'm sure this is 10 times cooler if you could see Fuji-san the whole time that you're going around. It's a lot longer than I think either of us thought. We're probably gonna end up going, I don't know, 8 to 10 miles total on a bike. So I don't think that we should do the entire second lake if we're gonna climb an entire mountain tomorrow. Lisa's shaking her head like that's a bad idea. What, 6 miles left?
Easy peasy. Woo.
We kept rolling in the 100-degree heat until we stopped at a place called Lake Bake.
Oh, the melon pond. Classic. I think they said this was bruschetta. No, brioche. This is a brioche melon pond.
The pastries were incredible here, but the best part was really...
Luna! Luna! Luna!
Come on, Luna.
What a magical place.
Okay, halfway around the lake, and from here on out it was just one stunning view after another. Another quick stop, this time for some very important coinage.
That's what we didn't capture any of that, but we bought something from here for 110. It's very exciting. But the thing I am more excited about is all these 100 yen coins that you get, because apparently the only way to pay for the bathrooms on the way up Fuji is with these bad boys, these 100 yen coins. So we need a lot of them. I just got 18. I don't know if that'll be enough. Hopefully.
Very exciting. That's the content we need.
Hot, spicy 100 yen content. 3.5 miles to go. Decided to stop biking for a little bit. We saw this cool shrine, which I think is called Fujimuro Shingen. It's here. This is the one. It looks nice. It's nice to be off the bike. My butt hurts. So we're almost back in the town. This is the end of our lake loop. I am sufficiently sunburned on my arms. And I have a feeling that we're going to regret how much biking we did tomorrow when we are climbing Fuji. Still, I wouldn't change this for anything.
Now, number 4, stocking up on provisions for a mountain ascent tomorrow. A few too many onigiri, of course. Gyoza, yes please. Ooh, fruit sounds good. Whoa, $2.50 for one apple? Guess we're going with bananas.
Hockey sticks.
Just one.
4 protein bars, 1 Pocari Sweat, a bag of nuts, and 1 can of Japanese Pringles later, we made our way to the checkout.
We may have gone overboard with the grocery shopping.
Hi.
Whew, what a first day.
So many snacks. 6 onigiri. Is that nice?
Dude, if you're this tired just from biking, how are we going to climb a mountain tomorrow?
Oh, this is nice.
We summon the energy to go in carb load for the next day's adventures.
To good fortune in our climb tomorrow. Behold our gourmet dinner. Wanted to eat like simple stuff, but also really cheap stuff because we're so over budget. Some very good grocery store gyoza. This is hostel life here. And
And now it is time for the final preparations. This is the part where we gotta decide like what we're actually gonna bring up the mountain with us. You know, like water is pretty important, and then what we're gonna leave behind. We're gonna bring the Pocky sticks for sure. Out of all the things that we brought, it's actually pretty complicated because we brought so much stuff for this particular trip. We're traveling for 6 weeks total. We brought all sorts of things. I don't really know where to start. This is more Lisa's department.
Feeling equal parts nervous, equal parts excited. I think though we have everything that we need for this climb tomorrow.
Have you seen my beanie anywhere?
Honestly, packing for this trip was stressing me out. All the different weather conditions we were gonna be in. I mean, it's summertime here in Japan, so it is 90, 95 degrees. But then when you climb Mount Fuji, it's supposed to be like 50 degrees, and there's a risk for thunderstorms. I feel like usually I get really, really overwhelmed by packing because I'm the kind of person that starts to visualize every single outfit that I need to wear for every single activity that we have planned. Again, thanks to today's sponsor, Trip Travel Gear, and these compression cubes, we were able to fit all the things that we needed and almost too perfectly. They have a new 3-day packing method. The basic idea is you're packing for 3 days on any trip that you're taking. The essential day, which is essentially the main reason why you're going on the trip. And for us, that's to climb Mount Fuji. And then you pack for your travel day, your everyday, and somehow magically, it all fits. As I'm sure you guys have noticed, we wear the same 3 things over and over again. The best part about this 3-day packing method, you can switch it up now.
It's not by choice, you know, we're not just wearing the same t-shirts over and over because we like to and we're lazy. It's a little bit that, but also we literally can't fit anymore.
Look how many options I have. Or this one.
Oh yeah, now I'm beanie now. So I think it's basically about layers. And then for when it rains, which it's for sure gonna rain at some point while we're doing it, you gotta have these like waterproof layers. We're each gonna bring a backpack. You're gonna bring a day pack, and then I'm gonna bring my full-on backpack filled up with food and water. Maybe like 5 to 6 liters of water for tomorrow because it's gonna be really sunny and super hot. I'm starting to get like more nervous. We just gotta get down the mountain by 6:30. We have to make it to the bottom by 6:30. And we're gonna get there like 7, so we gotta do the whole thing in like 11 hours. I have no idea what to expect. I have no idea what to expect for this thing. We've been like planning and preparing for this. I don't know, I've never climbed anything this tall before. Thankfully, Mount Fuji's own website has a video. We're hoping that'll help clear things up.
I know you could climb it in just a t-shirt and shorts.
Unfortunately, that would be dangerous. The weather on Mount Fuji can sometimes change suddenly. There can be gale force winds, fog that blocks vision, sudden thunderstorms, and even hail, so you have to be careful.
They are freaking me out.
In the past, there have been climbers who got stuck in strong winds and died of hypothermia.
This is what I'm talking about when it comes to this like Fuji advice. Like it's all over the place. All the YouTube videos out there make it look like it's some massive trial by fire, which maybe it is sometimes, and then sometimes you just bring your 6 and 5-year-old and just go and climb this thing from top to bottom, no problem, do it in a day. And then sometimes there's a talking freaking log that just comes out of nowhere and tells you that you're assuredly gonna die and get hypothermia while you're climbing this thing. And I don't know what to believe. The smarter part of me believes that I should listen to the more cautious advice, and the dumber part of me believes it's gonna be totally fine and it's no big deal and we're all the way prepared for this thing.
The most common type of accident is
Okay, this is not healthy. I think we prepared as much as we can. If things get weird tomorrow and we start feeling sick or whatever, we're just gonna turn around and it'll be totally fine. We just gotta drink a bunch of water, get some rest, and up at 5 to go and climb a mountain. That's higher than anything I've ever climbed before. Sufficiently freaked out, we set up our beds and tried our best to just get some sleep.
Ready for tomorrow?
In the past, there have been climbers who got stuck in strong winds and died of hypothermia.
Supposed to do like I was supposed to stretch.
Sure. It's always a good thing, I think.
5:46 a.m. We are up and at 'em. All right, first stop, Lawson's. Get our last breakfast for the day, and then make our way to the train station to get our bus. I guess just climb Fuji.
Clean slippers off, dirty shoes back on. Okay, here we go. Oh, hello again, Fuji. This has to be a good sign, right? First stop, breakfast at Lawson's. Just then we started seeing a stream of other hikers make their way to the bus, so we hurried along.
There's one thing that's gonna get us up this mountain.
Just before I could make yet another pitch for the greatest snack in Japan, our bus rolled up right on time to take us to the trailhead.
This bus,
Like sardines.
and then as soon as we got on the bus, we saw that there were like 10 people that didn't fit on this bus. And then an entire another bus came around and they got the whole bus to themselves. We're climbing on a Monday, by the way, so this is probably like normal crowds for a Monday where you're still in the first bus packed.
The bus brings you to about 2,300 meters or 7,545.932 freedom feet above sea level. We just have to climb the last 1,476 meters to the top from there. It's a surprisingly long bus ride to the trailhead. It really gives you a lot of time to think about what you're about to do.
How you feeling?
I'm excited. It's nice and breezy up here, and it's not as crowded as I thought it was going to be, which is great.
Of course, there's a gift shop up here. This is the last chance to get reasonably priced food and drink before the climb begins. Or reasonably priced gift boxes? Bear in a can? But really, what we and everyone else was after was the last free toilet on Mount Fuji. Might as well fuel up and acclimate to the elevation while we're at it.
So we've been here about 5 minutes and the clouds have already rolled in to where we are right now. So I don't think we're gonna see a thing today the whole time. Who cares? We're still climbing Fuji.
There's a certain magic to the beginning of a quest like this. We're about to try to complete a lifelong dream for the both of us. This is how it starts.
Here we go. 8 a.m. We'll see how long this takes.
Well, right after we get our wristbands and reservations checked and get those weird wooden things stamped.
Souvenirs for the donation that we get to stamp.
Now, the climb to the top begins.
We're starting!
So it begins.
This is so exciting. We just saw the first parade of people come down the mountain, which means they probably saw an epic sunrise. This is so cool.
Yep. So, we're like 10 feet into this thing and I'm already a little out of breath.
Un poquito.
That's a good sign, right? That's a good sign. Okay, just another 1,500 meters to go or something.
Half an hour in. It's very uphill. But we're moving. Slow and steady.
We saw our first mountain toilet. Looks like the going rate is about 300 yen. Good thing we got all those 100 yen coins yesterday.
Get down 1/6 of the way there.
1/6.
You know, whenever we do one of these things, big mountain climb or some of the like epic nature-y thing, it always makes me think of like, who was the first person to do this? You know, who's the first person that looks at this volcano and was like, I'm gonna get to the top of that thing. And not only that, but all the people that came before that actually made this entire path for us, set up all this stuff, maintain all the trails to make so you can get to the top, build all the huts so that way it's possible, put bathrooms up there and drinks and everything else. All this infrastructure, I think it can be so easy when you're doing something like this to feel like it's, you know, look inward and be like, I'm doing this really hard thing. And it is pretty hard. It's definitely something to be proud of, but man, to be the person that had to make all these trails in the first place, that's hard. Okay, a little more to go.
It's just a slog. I'm pretty glad though that it's like overcast and cloudy. Not rainy though. And there's spots to rest. Almost a 7th station. Konnichiwa.
Okay, 7th station, making some progress. There's baseball on the radio, friendly people, lots of food and drinks for sale. The vibe up here is super fun considering how tired everyone seems. Whoa, those huts look pretty tight. Really glad we didn't end up doing that. But we're just happy to have a chance to catch our breath.
200 yen.
Ooh, only 200?
Do you need to go? Okay.
It gets more discounted the higher up you go.
Fair. I mean,
That's a good sign. We're doing it free at the top.
you're working for it, right?
Yeah.
7th station! I think we're gonna find a little spot to grab one of our snacks and coffee. We're rolling.
We're at 7th station, which distance-wise marks like almost the halfway point of this thing. Started at just over 6K, now we're 3.5 left or whatever, but it says there's still 4 hours. A little more than 4 hours before we get to the top. So, I don't know, I'm sure it slows down if it's like the last little bit. Japanese Pringles? Chip Star. Seaweed and salt. I don't know if that's gonna be good. I was hoping this is sour cream and onion because that's normally green can, but it'll be great.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If you like seaweed.
Mm-hmm.
100 yens, please. Thank you. Bye.
What a deal.
Okay, maybe we overpacked. Okay. Another 283 minutes.
Let's go.
Up we went into the thick fog. So far, this was kind of easy. A slight incline, an easy path. Oh, what the heck is this? Uh-oh.
Yeah, this just keeps getting more and more vertical.
Up and up and up. The going had gotten a lot tougher and a lot more slippery. Another station, another hut. The huts were spaced out about like 30 minutes apart. Each one had a bathroom, food, water, and a first aid station.
Oh, these huts are nice. Let's sit for a little bit.
The amount of infrastructure on this path is truly impressive.
Okay, so the difficulty definitely ramped up in between the 7th and 8th station. I think we're at the 8th right now. And wow. But now it is time for our secret weapon, Hokari Sweat. I think it's going to be the magic elixir. Maybe we'll be super juiced.
It's like Gatorade.
Oh, I feel Super Saiyan right now.
That's very sweet.
Oh man. Snack MVP so far. All right, we just crossed 3,000 meters elevation, so that means we got like 700 meters more to go. It's starting to get really slow, I'd say. Where every 100 meters feels like it's taking a half an hour to an hour. It's really...
It feels very dire sometimes when
Yes.
you look up and you just see rocks.
It's just, there's no switchbacks, it's just straight up and up. Man.
Alright, 3,100 meters. At this point, the elevation really started getting to us. Slow and steady truly does win the race here. Take a few steps. Stop. Wait. Go again. The trail is an endless array of switchbacks, one after another, forever. Just when you feel like you've finished all the switchbacks, bam! 20 more come into view. And it doesn't help that the trail markers spend a lot of their time lying to you.
What?
The last sign said 2.4 kilometers.
And the one before that was 2.2.
And the one before was 2.2. I don't... So we're not almost there.
Yeah.
Is what I'm
We're
saying.
getting further away. This sign came 3 minutes after the last sign.
And then, at 3,250 meters, or 10,662.73 freedom leg parts above sea level, we finally made it above the clouds, and wow.
Well, we are officially above the clouds. We're really up here, huh?
Yeah.
I feel like we're close, but I can't tell how close because the signs are deceptive. Let's go.
Somehow, we felt simultaneously like we were on top of the world, and also that we still had a long, long way to go. At this point, it's all just tunnel vision. We're inching closer to a goal that we couldn't see, breathing uncomfortably heavily into the microphone.
Well, how's it coming?
I just feel like I have to stop every 5 steps to rest. Oh my gosh, we're so close. It's like stressful too because the downhill looks gnarly and you have to make it in time for the last bus. Almost there.
Yep.
Just past the last Torii gate, I think, till we reach the top.
At this point, breathing's really hard. I feel like we're stopping all the time. Feel tired, hungry, thirsty.
Yeah, everyone's kind of walking up this last little chunk like a zombie, just flailing.
Just a few more switchbacks.
We're so close. We're so close. We're gonna make it. I think we're gonna make it. It's 30 more minutes. 30 more minutes.
As we're getting close to the top, I keep thinking that you learn a lot about a person when you climb a mountain with them. For a lot of people, heck, probably most people, it would turn them into frustrated, sad, tired, angry people that just want to give up. But for some people, a very small subset, they take it as a personal challenge, an invitation to tackle something that's hard. Something that's going to be a slog from start to finish, but something that there's no way that they're ever going to let beat them. Today I learned something about my wife, that she is in that second group of people. My wife is a badass that climbs mountains.
I'm starting to get really excited. You can see the end right up there. I don't know. When I first said 15 years ago, I'm gonna climb that thing, it just seemed so far away, so impossible, just like one of those pipe dreams that you just kind of like throw out into the world, but never actually follow through on. But now, we're like 200 meters away from it. We're so close, we're so close. Oh my God.
You know, it's hard to really explain why this is such a big deal to us, but I think it's worth trying. This dream of making it all the way up here goes way, way back to a much younger, much fitter us that truly thought anything was possible. We had a spark then, this bright burning flame inside of us that needed to see the world, all of it. And it can be so easy to let that flame die. So easy to forget about those big goals, let life get in the way, get jaded, and listen to too many well-meaning people tell you that your hopes are just too far-fetched, too expensive, too impractical. And for a bunch of years before we started this YouTube thing, that's exactly how we felt. And big dreams like making it to the top of the tallest mountain in Japan got set aside, forgotten about.
Oh, just gotta get this. And that's it. Just this last thing. Yes, get this stupid camera. I can't believe it. I can't believe we're up here.
So cool. It just feels like we're on top of the world, truly.
15 years later, here we were, on top of Mount Fuji. We'd done it. Together.
We just climbed Mount Fuji. That's the craziest thing. I never, like 20 years passed and I just kept pushing it off. I'm sorry, you're not here for this. Let's
I'd like to think that the younger Lisa and Josh might be a little bit proud of us right now. We're mostly functional, practical, kinda grown-up YouTubers, still cheap as heck, eating cold chicken katsu with assembly-required chopsticks that we got from our parents.
Thanks, Mom, for the chopsticks.
On the top of Mount Fuji. We didn't forget. We didn't let that spark go all the way out. Fuji can turn from good to bad, just like that.
Wind is getting crazy. Weather is definitely
Turn.
turning for the worst. It's already
4 hours.
3.5 hours max to get down this thing. It took 6.5 to get up here, so yeah,
Gotta go.
we gotta get moving. It's so beautiful up here.
We joined the long progression of multicolored rain jackets hurriedly slipping and sliding their way down the mountain. The way up Fuji is a fun physical challenge. The way down is absolute torture.
Okay, turns out these sticks are super helpful for the way down, and I'm glad we brought them. I hate this part though.
It's all loose gravel, and with each step you slide uncontrollably until you can dig your feet into the loose rocks. This then causes all those loose rocks to make their way into your shoes. Yes, I can hear you talking, log. Okay, you were right about the gators being important, I get it.
It's beautiful. Gosh, these rocks suck.
The wind was picking up, and with it came rain. A lot of rain.
Of course.
It started raining kind of hard out of nowhere. Still like 2 hours to go. This downhill is just brutal. Never ends. It's like hail almost.
We couldn't see anything, but there was only one thing to do. Keep going.
Okay, yeah, this kind of sucks. We still got 2 hours of this, I think. Who knows how bad this rain's gonna get? Hopefully not much worse. Okay. Half an hour later, looks like the rain's just barely starting to let up. I don't think I ever want to see a switchback again in my life.
be getting close, right?
Finally, the decline relented and the ground leveled off.
Everything has been a blur for the last hour and a half, but it stopped raining. It's flat and we're actually kind of going uphill, which is kind of nice, using every other muscle but my quads, and I'm so happy. Never thought I would be happy for an uphill. I hope we're almost there. We have an hour and 40 minutes to the next bus. I think we're gonna make it, but just barely.
These guys are just starting their hike. They're probably going to go up to a
Mountain hut.
to a mountain hut. There's a famous saying here. A wise person will climb Fujisan once in their lifetime, but only a fool would climb it twice. This is good advice.
Okay, status update. We've eaten all of our food. We have no water left. We're like half an hour from the end here. Man. Remember when I said at the top, oh wow, this is way easier than I thought it would be. The way up was easier than I thought it would be. The way down, 10 times harder than I thought it would be. Just a reckoning. But the thing I keep thinking about, everywhere on the internet it says, like we talked about last night, like if you're reasonably fit, you're gonna have a good time on Fuji. But what does that mean? What does that mean? I think the owner of our hostel actually put it best, like asking the right question. She said, do you like hiking? And I think if the answer to that is yes, you're probably gonna have a good time out here. But if the answer is that to no, do not do this hike.
Of course it's raining again. And actually, I know because we're close, it's not so bad. It's really pretty and the sound is really nice.
And just like that, it was over.
Yes. Yes. All right, let's catch this bus, I think.
Our legs made of jello, we hobbled as fast as we could and just barely made it onto the last bus. This was definitely one of the most interesting smelling buses we'd ever been on. Filled to the brim with other exhausted mountaineers, we all started the long way back down to Kawaguchiko.
That was crazy. Those last 20 minutes were a bit much, but we made it. We made the bus.
We're up.
I'm so sore. Alright, so I definitely think that our successful ascent of Mount Fuji should be celebrated, so... Sushi? That's a yes. Alright, let's go.
We're walking.
Yeah. Sorry. The bus doesn't go out there.
We had had enough of walking for one day, so
We'll be there in 5 minutes.
Sushiro. Unlimited cheap sushi, here we come.
You don't need to see this. You've seen this already in this video. Okay, we're gonna go eat now. Bye.
Lisa was definitely in the mood to be making a movie after a 12-hour mountain climb, as you can see. She was really enjoying it.
Ooh. Lisa doesn't want to film anymore. So tired.
Having a great time. Making movies in a crowded restaurant right after climbing a mountain before we've even had a chance to shower, that's her favorite thing. She loves it. We went more than a little bit bonkers on the sushi here. 15, 20 plates? We could have eaten more for sure, but we decided it would be best to stop. Okay, one more, then we go. Now that's something to be proud of. I love this place.
Love a rock.
We tried to get a taxi, but unfortunately, none were to be found. quick shower, and off to bed. What a day.
Sleep forever.
Nobody ever talks about what it's like the day after you climb Mount Fuji, and we woke up in a haze and tried our best to stand up. It went about as good as you'd think.
Like Bambi.
There's only one cure for what ails you after you climb Mount Fuji. Oof, we are over budget, but we feel much, much better. Off to breakfast.
These are so cute. So many options.
I could have fallen asleep right there, but we had to make it back to our hostel to pack up and check out. Okay, we just gotta quick clean up this room, and then we gotta somehow fit all this stuff back into the 2 backpacks that it came into.
It's gonna fit.
Got my essential day, everyday, travel day,
Travel day we're wearing.
underwear, all that. It all fits.
Now the final squeeze.
She went.
Just like that.
Thanks, Trip.
Yeah. Sake tasting?
Isn't that nicer?
Let's go.
See you later.
So we just got to this cool brewery, sake brewery here near our hostel. And they have like tours that you can make reservations for, but we just walked in and we're gonna do this self-serve style sake tasting. We got 5 tokens and it was 825 yen, which is like $6 per person. And we get to try 5 types of sake. Brewery gets a lot of benefits from the sacred mountain and its surroundings. Here, pure Fuji water is used for all the products. That's pretty cool. We just climbed Mount Fuji and now we're drinking sake made from its water.
To Mount Fuji.
Mount Fuji. Mmm. That's light. It almost has a hint of cereal. I know that's probably not the flavor that I'm getting, but that's nice. Like Fruit Loops hint? Fruity. Fruit. Namagenshu. 18 to 19% alcohol.
Which one's that one?
This is Hanjozo, apparently 16% alcohol. Polish rate 65%. I really like how crisp and easy to drink this stuff is, you know? Like, some of the other sakes that we have, they kind of punch you in the face a little bit. This doesn't do that. This is more in like the dry, not so deep side, a little bit deep. I don't know what deep means when it comes to flavor,
But it says that on there, so it must be real.
it must be important, yeah. This is really good. This is really good. This is really good. This is really good. You know, some people might say that it's, you know, that it's too early for this because there's literally nobody else here doing this right now at all. Some people would say that. Those people would be wrong.
Ooh, that's nice. It's not pasteurized, which who really knows? What does that mean? Pasteurized, pasture, pastures, green pastures? It's very green on Mount Fuji right now. The rain helped a lot. It's also very warm still, but it's also very green. It's very, very nice and crisp. It's so clear, like I feel like I could see Mount Fuji in this sample sake tasting cup. Which is funny because I can't see Mount Fuji right now.
Something I'm feeling really good for some reason. I don't know why. But apparently there's this torii gate that's on kind of like the top of a hill, but it's a little hill. It's not a big hill. It's just a little hill. Just like a mile that way. Do you want to, maybe we go and do that? Do you want to, I mean, I know it's a little hiking, but. And plus we got to get our thumbnail. I hope you can see Fuji.
So off we went in search of beautiful views and thumbnails for this YouTube video. The way there was surprisingly beautiful. Torii Gate, Stone Pass, a massive shrine. These even more massive trees. We were tired but determined. The way up and definitely the way down was pretty rough, but we had to get one last glimpse of Fuji-san, right? We can't just leave without saying goodbye. The view was looking really good for most of the way up, and then just when we made it to the top,
Well,
Look at the view, everybody. Look at the view.
of course, we know Fuji's there. It's always gonna be. And just yesterday, we were standing right up there. And in the end, that's all that really matters.
That's a wrap. Had we gotten up an hour earlier, Mount Fuji would have been right there. It would have been right there, I promise. It would have just... What can you do?
still very
What can you do?
beautiful and serene here.
You can't do anything. What a silly job we have, huh?
Look at this place. It's so pretty.
Okay, welcome back. So there's one thing in the hostel that I saw. It's just been bothering me the whole time, like wondering what is it that I gotta try. I gotta try it. Mystery alcohol drink. It says "You are the man" on it, you know, which it's really playing into my ego here. What did we get? What did we get? What did we get? 9% premium sour umeshu. All right, let's see what the other one is.
Ooh. Oh no.
Ooh, very mysterious, very strong. All right, well that's one mystery solved. So that's it for this one. Thanks so much for watching. We're gonna head off, take an overnight bus to Osaka to start filming our bullet train video that starts from there in all of Western Japan. We'll see you then. Cheers.